Good morning, my crafty friends, and happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday, October 7th, 2025, and I'm so happy to be here with you. My name is Maureen Rolfes, also known as the Crazy Stamping Lady. I have been an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for over 28 years, and I love what I do. I am here to teach you paper crafting and card making and to give you tips and tricks on those to make them easier and more fun for you. Piece of hair sticking out, so weird. Yes, and then to encourage you to send out all of your beautiful creations to others to make their day. The goal is to eradicate loneliness one card at a time. Here in Middle Tennessee, it is a dreary and drizzly day today, cloudy and overcast. It's been raining, just drizzling since we got up this morning. And according to my weather app, it is supposed to go all day and night until like 3 in the morning. And that is fantastic because we need any rain we can get right now. It has been pretty darn dry again. So, and in all honesty, my weather app is only right about 10% of the time. So we'll see what actually happens. If you are hopping on to watch, please say hello and let me know that you are here. I love to hear that you're on. I love to hear your comments. So comment as often and as you like. You can ask questions, you can comment on the projects, you can tell me how the weather is by you because I would love to hear. I'm just checking to make sure I'm up and running, and I am. I'm in the right place. Occasionally I've been in the wrong place, not too often. So hi Jenny, glad you are here. So yeah, make sure you say hi. Every comment you leave today and tomorrow will count toward earning the card that in the drawing for the card that I'm giving away today. And that'll be the card that we make. So I love to see your comments. Congratulations to the winner of my last card. That was Nancy Clark. And Nancy, that'll go out in today's mail on its way to you. Thank you for watching and commenting. And if you can share my video to a homepage, to a crafty group, to a crafty friend, or email me somewhere, let me know if you do that. That really gives me great exposure for my small business, and I will give you a bonus entry toward today's card. Okay, let's turn you around. You'll see my gray skies. We're going to go down to the table. And this is me, Maureen Rolfes, also known as the Crazy Stamping Lady. My blog is crazystampinglady.blogspot.com. My email is crazystampinglady@gmail.com. My Facebook is facebook.com/crazystampinglady. My YouTube is under my name, Maureen Rolfes, or I think you can find me on Crazy Stamping Lady too. I could be wrong. And you can shop with me at stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net. For every online order you put in that's at least $20, Stampin' Up! Will give you 10% back in rewards on future purchases. That is a fantastic deal, guys. You can use that 10% on your very next order, even the same day. You usually have to wait about a half hour for it to load in the system, but it'll be there. Or you can save those 10% up for up to a year and accumulate them and get yourself something fun that you want just for you. All right, I do have a card to share with you today. This beautiful card is from my friend Lori in Arizona. She is so faithful about sending cards. This is very similar to the sketch challenge I did, so a lot of times she will do that and send me a card she made with it, and I appreciate that, seeing what you did with it. Look how cute this is with a little birdie, and she's always so good about giving me tons of information and catching me up on what's happening. Lori, I appreciate you thinking of me so much and look forward to getting your cards. All right, that is it for cards today. Let me move this out of the way here. A few things going on. So the first thing is my paper crafting classes. In October, they will be featuring the Spooky Sweet, which is products that we're using today also. The in-person class will be this coming Saturday, October 11th at my house. If you are local here in Tennessee, I have one opening for that class yet, and I would love to have you join me. The online class will be on Thursday, October 16th, and the last day to sign up for that is Friday, October 10th. So that's this coming Friday by 10 p.m. That way I can get your kits done and get them out in the mail to you on Saturday so you have them on time. The cost is $25 and it includes shipping and handling. And for that $25, you're going to get all your materials prepped and ready to go to make your projects, as well as I will invite you to a private Facebook group where we will go through making the projects together. You need to provide your own adhesives, and I can't do any of the stamping, but the stamping is minimal, really just the sentiments, I think, on these cards. So that is great. And the $25, I think I mentioned, does include your shipping. So just email me at crazystampinglady@gmail.com to RSVP. You can Venmo me your payment, and I will get your card kits out to you as soon as possible. I'm actually going to show you the projects that we are making for the online class, just to give you an idea of what you would be getting, because I would love to have more of you join us. I'm going to set this here just to make this a little bit easier for things to show up. So you would get the card kits to make 2 of this card. Okay, and it's just got adorable pieces. Everything will be prepped and ready for you to put together. And then on the inside, I finished mine off, so you'll have this little strip to finish yours, and then you can put whatever sentiments that you want. So you'll get enough to make 2 of those cards, including all of these little sparkly little stars and maybe even a few extras. And then you'll get enough product to make 2 of these cards with everything prepped and ready to go for you. And I think they're stinking cute. And then I finished them off with bats and sentiments. You'll have to do your own stamping, but I think they're adorable. So that's 4 cards all together, 2 each of 2 designs. And then you'll get all the pieces to do this little treat bag right here. I don't know if you can see this on camera, but this is the treat bags they have out for Halloween. They're opalescent and shiny and beautiful, and you can fill them with whatever you like. They're pretty large. I think they would fit like a whole Hershey candy bar in there, I'm pretty sure. Or you could shorten them up, cut this off, and make yours shorter when you put it together and put in anything that you want if you don't want to put in something that large. But you will get all the pieces prepped and ready to go to put this together. Again, you'll just have to add your own sentiment. So 4 cards and a bonus project, $25 includes shipping. Let me know by Friday. Contact me at crazystampinglady@gmail.com. I would love to have you join us in that Facebook group. Deadline is coming up. Okay, guys, what else we have going on here? There is a 3-day kits collection sale going on. It is yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Kits are up to 30% off. I think all of them are on sale. Some are 10%, some are 20%, some are 30%, depending upon the kit. They are while supplies last. And when I looked this morning, several are already gone, but there is still a ton there, guys. So if you love our kits as much as I do, get out there, check it out, see what you can get on this 3-day kit collection sale, because it is a great opportunity to stock up on your kits. And then we also have a sign-up offer going. So if you're on my email list, you got this email. I just wanted to point this out. It says our best starter kit offers ever. And I think it is really true, because you have 2 options for your kits. And with each option, you're going to get a bonus of $90 in merchandise. That's above and beyond the bonus you would already get, because the kit is already a great deal. It is so different than when I signed up. When I signed up 28 years ago, just to get the discount, my kit cost like $300, and we didn't get to pick what we wanted. It was pretty much set in stone what you got. Now, today or for this month through October 31st, you can join. You can join and get, this is just a sampling of what you can choose, because you can choose anything you want up to $125, okay? But you're only going to pay $35 plus tax. The shipping is free. That is an amazing deal. I would encourage all of you to do it if you want. It is the best deal in town. There is no consequence if you decide not to continue on in the future, although I hope you stay a part of my team. You will enjoy all the demonstrator perks, so immediately you will earn 20% product discount on your products. You'll have early access to new releases and catalogs. You'll have the opportunity to make a supplemental income if you choose to do that. The chance to attend incredible trainings and crafting events that Stampin' Up! Puts on, and so much more. So amazing deal, signing up. You will be active, let me think. So you're signing up in October, November, December, January, February, March. Whether you purchase or not, again, you will be active through March of next year, and you can take advantage of all these opportunities. Very, very, very fantastic opportunity. There's also a second opportunity if you really want a ton of stuff. So for $99, which is our normal kit, and normally you would get the $125 in product, but right now for $99, you can choose $189 worth of your choice of product. So this is this kit right here, this part down here. And then they went on and added 3 more card kits. And if they're on sale and you did it right now, you would get the sale price. So you can get even more for your money. Great, great deal. Honestly, guys, I do encourage everyone to do it. It is just such a great deal. If you stick with it, fantastic. I got hooked and couldn't leave, and here I am 28 years later. But if you decide that's it, you just want the kit and you're going to move on, that is fine too. You can sign up at stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net and just click that join button. Make sure that it's showing me as your upline, Maureen Rolfes. And yes, I would love to have you be a crazy stamping lady with me. And then finally, you can earn a free card kit from me each month with purchase. This is a thank you kit. With a $50 purchase, you'll get a packet that has 3 card kits. A $75 order will have those 3 card kits plus a bonus project. $100 order will have those 3 card kits plus a bonus project plus a half a pack of an embellishment. All orders from me, if they're smaller than that, will receive a handmade card from me as a thank you. Every order is entered into my monthly prize drawing. The class that will put these kits together will be my November class for kits earned in October. It'll be on Monday, November 10th at 11 o'clock in the morning, right here on this Facebook page. It is available for anyone to watch, but if you have the kits, you can join me in putting them together. All right, let's do some stamping. So I have a couple little gnats flying around me here. If you see me swatting at things, that is what's happening. It's that time of year. It gets cooler. They all come in from outside, and they're driving me crazy. So we're going to do what I said was a messy technique today. So I'm going to put some paper down, some scrap paper here on my little mat. I also have scrap paper standing up all over the place here to help block some of the splatter that we're going to be doing. Yep, you heard me right. We're going to splatter. Let me grab my D block and some stamp pads here. So I have 3 stamp pads that we're going to use: Petunia Pop, Lemon Lime Twist, and Pumpkin Pie. And we are going to splatter some of that ink down onto this piece of paper. Now you can see this piece of cardstock, I think is 5.5. Let me make sure. Yeah, 5.5 by 8.5. And I am going to decorate this, and then I will use it for on the card. Only I'm going to use one that I did yesterday just because it had to dry. But I'm going to also grab my Stampin' Spritzer because we're going to need that. And if I get some of this ink on my shirt or something, if it splatters, I'm not too worried because it is water-based and it does wash out. I'm more worried about protecting all of my other products and stuff over here out of the way. Hopefully nothing will get splattered on that's going to be causing any kind of problem. I think I've got it pretty covered here. We'll see. We'll see, right? Okay, so all I'm going to do is take my D block in some fun Halloween colors. So Pumpkin Pie, Lemon Lime Twist, Petunia Pop. These are colors that are in the Designer Series paper that goes with this spooky Halloween set. So I just pulled them out. This is what I've been playing with as I made my prototypes for my classes. And I think we're going to start with, let's start with our darkest. I'm going to grab my chamois here because I'm going to need to do some cleanup for sure. And all we're going to do is take our pad and pop our block right down onto our pad, pick up some of that color. I think I'm only going to do one of these because it's darker. Then I am going to spritz this with my spritzer until that color gets pretty sloppy and wet. Just like that. And then I'm going to plop it down. And I'm going to plop it down over here, kind of on the left-hand side of my paper. And you can see how these little splatters came out. Got darker edges, lighter edges, some kind of rough color on there. That is all totally fine. I'm going to wipe this off. Just like that. And we're going to do the very next color the same way and make more of a mess. Okay, so there's my orange. Doesn't matter if it's blotchy on there. I don't worry about that. It's going to be a mess anyway, right? So let's take our spritzer one more time up here and spritz this one till it's pretty wet. I want that to really kind of splatter and run. And then we're going to take this one and I'm going to plop it down here like that. Look at that. How cool is that? This is fun if you want to make a mess. Some days I just want to make a mess. I don't know. Must come back from my kindergarten days. I don't know. So, and then we're going to use the Lemon Lime Twist, which is a fantastic color for Halloween, I think. I'm not going to close that one up yet because we might do this one twice. So let's get this one all ooky. And I'm going to splash this one down up here, just like that. And then I'm going to do it one more time, but I think I'm just going to, if it's not enough, I'll add more color after. I think I'm just going to come down here and splotch this one like that. Let's see what we get. That's not too bad. Oh, I got to think if I want any more color on here. And if any of it is too thick, like right up here, I have a lot of water, you can make that run. Get some like bordery edges on there. You could use a Kleenex and wipe it up if you wanted to. I'm actually going to add just a little bit more petunia. So I know it looks crazy and you're thinking, what the heck is this lady doing? But trust me, this is going to be kind of cute. At least the ones I made ahead of time were pretty darn cute. Clean off my block because it has the lemon lime on there. Come in here. I'm not going to get a bunch this time because I don't want it to be too much or too dark. And let's come in here and get that pretty loosened up with the water one more time. And I'm going to come down here and place this toward the bottom. Just like that. Oh, look at that one's kind of spooky how it laid out. Okay, so that is all I am doing. And I know you think I'm crazy, but that is it, guys. That is the technique. It is simple. I'm going to dab up some of this on the edge, but I don't mind it being there in any way. All the splatters are fantastic. I love them. Now let me show you what we're going to do once I get this cleaned up. So that is the messy part. You could do a bunch of those and set them aside to dry if you wanted to all at once. So that would be a great way of doing this. I'm just wiping off my mat, all that water, putting my lid on my spritzer, taking my chamois and wiping off the rest of that petunia onto my chamois so my block is nice and clean and ready to go. Okay, I'm going to put that back in the drawer. And then for my chamois, I know I've showed you this before, but since it's here, we might as well show you again. I just fold mine in half and then in thirds. I put it in this little empty gum container. I think it was extra gum came in it or whatever. Not extra because it was more, but extra because that's the brand. And then I clamp that. And it stays good all week. Every Friday night, I wash it out, get it wet again, put it back in there. Keep it right here by my desk. Works fantastic. Okay, so this is wet. You saw how much liquid was on there. So this is how I did what I'm going to show you in a minute. I'm going to set this aside, let this dry, and then I will use it later today to make the same card again. But every time you do it, it's going to look a little bit different. This is going to work perfect for what I need though. So let me get rid of all these little pieces of paper that I had blocking in case this splattered too much. And I'm going to show you the pieces that I did last night that dried and I've already cut down. So last night I did this one. You can see very similar to what I did here. I just added more purple, and like here I added some extra green. Every one of them is going to be different. Then after it completely dried, I cut a piece for the front of my card that is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I cut a piece for the inside of my card off of this other side with just a little bit of it on and a little splatters. And this is 3 1/2 by 5. So that's my normal inside size that I use on my cards. So now you can see how I got to here, okay? Hopefully this is all making tons of sense and I'm not confusing you. Also in our little kit here, we have a basic white envelope. I have a basic black card base. It's an A2 base. So it's 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. This is going to be our front layer on there. And look how that black makes it pop. I love that. This is going to be our inside layer. And then to decorate it, I have 2 pieces of ribbon. One of them is 4 inches and one is 5 1/2. And that ribbon is part also of this suite of product. It's iridescent ribbon. And I think it is Petunia Pop. Yes, it is Petunia Pop. It is soft. And sometimes when I look at ribbons, I think, oh, they're going to be so hard to tie. Not this one, guys. This one is just beautiful with its movement. And the iridescent goes through on both sides. So you don't have to worry when you're tying that one side is up or the other. So we're going to be using some of that on this card. And then I pre-cut these pieces. So this circle came out of the Stylish Shapes. It was this circle right here. You can see there a jumble in there. I use this all the time. I love, love, love this. It has like little flagged ends for banners. It has squares. It has circles. It is just a fun set and they're all stitched. So this is a go-to for me. So I cut that out of there. And then these 2 pieces right here are cut out of the dies for this bundle. So it comes with this stamp set, and we're going to be using some of the images out here. But the dies cut out the kitty cat and the little Frankie pup. They cut out the broom and the little pumpkin. They have this little bat pop-up that I used on my card last time, so go check that out if you didn't see it. It also cuts out the dies, these 2 bats and this little haunted house. So here are the dies for those. And then it cuts out a fence, which I am not using on this card, but I was using when I was doing my cards for my class. So that's the products that we are using on here. I'm going to get these out of the way. Only so much room on my table here. So let's get putting this card together. So the first thing I want to do is take, I'm going to move this to the side for a second. Take my Memento black ink. Okay. And we are going to stamp on this inside piece of the card. Let me see what I did on my prototype. And I'll show you that when we're done, too, so you can see it. I am going to stamp some of the bats. So this is a little bit smaller sentiment size that I use now, and it's already got quite a bit going on with the ink that's splattered over. So I am just going to add my little bats right up here to the top and a few more flying right down here on the bottom like that. Okay, so that is the inside of our card. And then on the envelope, I'm going to stamp the word spooky because you know I like to decorate my envelopes. just like that. And then come in with these bats. And I'm going to tuck them right around my letters, and they fall in there pretty darn well around the spooky, just like that. So there is our envelope. I love that too. And then we're going to work on this piece. So this is the piece that's going on the front of our card. Now, when you get something so wet, even after it dries, it can be a little warped and bumpy. So I'm kind of smoothing it out because I want to stamp on here, and I want it to lay pretty flat while I'm stamping. And all we're going to do is stamp the spooky stamp on here. So I'm going to take spooky, and we'll stamp it once up here. And then I'm going to come right down this side, just adding more spookies, kind of staggering them. Some will go off the edge just a little bit, and it'll say pooky or ookie, which is totally fine. We'll do another spooky here. We'll come over here, and we'll just have an ookie. And I just think this is such a fun way to add to your background with all that color. Just add this cute little sentiment over and over, repeating itself. Super easy, lots of fun. Well, maybe even do a little less ookie. And then let's do, see, this is where I didn't want the bounce because I don't want my paper to bounce as I'm stamping. And then we'll do one more right over here to the edge, kind of off the bottom. Okay, so there's our spooky, 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 spooky. Yep, I think that's what I want on there. So now I'm going to get this out of the way for now. I don't know if we'll need it again or not. I don't think so. So now we're going to put these layers on our card. I have a little black on there. I'm just going to wipe it off with my finger, just a tiny bit. And my fingers get all inky anyway with this technique, so who cares, right? Now I'm going to grab my seal. We're going to put seal on the back of this because it is kind of warped from being wet, especially on this side. I'm going to make sure that I have seal down that side completely. And then on the other sides where it's not as much, I'm not going to worry about it as much. Just have a little bit of seal, and that will work. This is going to come on the inside of our card. And once again, I love the way the black makes those colors pop on here. Now, when you see my prototype, it's going to be the same card, but it's going to look a little different just because of the way the colors splattered and did things. So wait, hang out with me and see that at the end. Then we're going to add our ribbon to this card. So I'm going to take the longer piece, and we're going to wrap it around this. I'm going to add some seal up here toward the top on each side. Come in here with my ribbon and wrap it around. And it's okay if it covers some of the spooky. That's just part of the background. Okay, so now I have that wrapped around. Now I'm going to anchor this. You know, I usually anchor my ribbons on the back of my cards just so they don't pop out later for any reason. I'm going to anchor it with some of our tear and tape, which is so fun and easy to use. And you get so much on a roll. It lasts a long, long time. So I use it for tons of things like this just to secure my card. Now I'm going to pull the backing off on here. I don't always do that. If I was popping this layer up on dimensionals, then I wouldn't pull that backing off because I don't want it to be sticky. But in this case, we're going to layer this right on the card, and I want all the sticky help I can get to hold it down. So I'm just going to peel off the backings on here. Well, I got a couple little pins that came with me on that. All my little tools sitting over here in my little tool jar. Okay, so I peeled that off. And then the same thing, because this is kind of warped, not tremendously, but a little bit, I am going to try to go around the entire edge of this with adhesive. I don't have to worry about going on top of the ribbon because I already have that secure with that tear and tape. But the rest of it, I am just going to take my time and go all the way around. You see that little fly, the gnat? You might not even see him on camera. He's so tiny, but he sure is annoying for being so tiny. Okay, we're going to place this right on the front of our card and let that black do its job of popping all those colors and making them look amazing. Just like that. All right. I'm going to take my bow Let's see which way I want to go. I don't know if it really matters. So now I have another piece that was 4 inches, and I'm just going to tie a knot with this. Like I said, this tie is so simple, and the knot's going to pull really tight and not go anywhere, which is what I love. So I'm just going to pull that tightly over here on the side, making this little faux bow. Oh, look at my pretty petunia pop finger. Look at that. Just look. My husband's going to go, what the heck, girl? Okay, let's come in here and snip this at an angle and snip it up here at an angle. Whoops, I didn't do so good on there. Sorry. All right, and I'm going to hold this up, hopefully, just so you can see the iridescence in that ribbon and how the light catches it. It's very pretty, guys. It is that opalescent look that is just lovely. Okay, let's build our scene on here. So this is now going to become our moon, which you probably guessed, right? I'm just going to put some seal on the back of it. And we're going to lay this moon right onto our card. Over here, just underneath the ribbon, over to the left, covering a lot of our spookies, but not all of them. And that is one reason why when I placed my spookies, I made sure at the top and the bottom I had some whole words just so it made sense. This part I wasn't so worried about because I knew part of it was going to get covered up. Excuse me. Then we're going to take our little haunted house. This is actually a super simple card. If you did all of your splatters ahead of time and then came back and just put all your pieces together, you could do a ton of these in no time at all. Place all. And I'm using the mini dimensionals on here because the areas where I'm placing them are not that big. Our regular dimensionals will work in some of the areas, but I want something up on this peak and like over to these sides, and so just using the mini dimensionals works. If you used your large ones, you could just cut them in half for some of those areas, so you don't have to have every one of them. It's just a nice little thing to use if you do have it on hand. There's always ways to make this work, and I want to make enough so my little house is standing up and not popped looking too flat on my card. So I think that'll probably, maybe I should do one more here. What do you think? One more? Less is more is more? I don't know. Let's try one more. Oop, that one the backing came off of, but that's okay because we're going to take those backings off anyway. So next I'm going to just pop all these backing sheets right off of these mini dimensionals. Like that. And we're going to take our house and I'm going to have it coming up over my moon just so that the moon shows through that very top window there. Okay? Just like that. So there is our spooky house with the moon. And then we're going to add our bats. And we're going to do them just like we did on my last video. We're going to come and fold up the bat wings right at the crease of the body. And then fold them back against my finger so that those bats have that kind of W look to them and it looks like they're flying through the air. And we're going to take our bat then, put a glue dot on the back of its body, give it a nice press, pick it up, and we're going to lay this one over here to the side of our house on our moon, just like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Fold the wings up at the body line, curve them back down with my fingers to give them that W look. Come and put another glue dot behind there. And voila. And this bat I'm going to put up a little bit more toward the top of the moon here, so his wing is actually coming up just over my ribbon a little bit. So now they're silhouetted against that moon. Some of that fun color shows behind on my windows. A great fun background for your card. Oh my gosh, I love everything about this. This was so fun to do. Okay, now I'm going to grab my In Color flat pearls. And a couple colors would work on here. We could come in here with that petunia pop and pull off that pink, or we could come in here with the tiger and pull off the orange. What do I want to do? I think I'm going to do the petunia pop on this one because I did my orange one on my other prototype, and then you can see how they both look. So we're going to just take one dimensional, the largest one, and place it right up here. Take the medium one and place it right down here toward the house. And then the tiniest little petunia pop one, and place that over here. Oh, if I can get it to come off my finger, that's happens sometimes. Over here at an angle. So now I've formed my wonky little triangle with them. And that's our card, guys. What do you think? I love it. This was so fun. Like I said, I'm going to splatter some more since I have everything out and make a few more of these. I love the way the inside of the card looks. Let me show you the one I did ahead of time. So this is the one I'm giving away. It is very similar to my previously made one. So let's get that one out. On this one, I did the envelope differently. I did spooky, 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 spooky. That works also because it kind of matches what's on my card. Here is another one. So you can see my blocks are just in a different order. Splatters are in a different place. I added the orange little gems instead of the pink ones. Works just fine. Some of the colors peeking behind. And then when you open it up, my splatters on here. Oh, I only did one bat on here. That's okay. And on here I did two. So here are my splatters. The splatters are plenty light that you can write over them and use all this area for writing. So I loved that. And when I was doing this, it was reminding me a little bit of when I used to tie-dye shirts for my kids in the 70s, because these colors is what we used to tie-dye, and they were so much fun to do. So I love that when my stamping brings back a memory for me. So here is today's card. Let me grab the recipe and put that out if you want to take a screenshot. I will also post the card and the recipe in the comments of this video. So if you don't get a screenshot, don't worry about it. It'll be coming back for you. I do want to thank you for being with me today. I hope you liked the card. Don't forget to leave your comments. Each comment counts as an entry to get this card in the drawing. Excuse me. I would love to have your business. If you're looking for any Stampin' Up! Products, or if you have questions for me, please contact me. I'm here to answer your questions, be your creative coach. I can answer any questions you might have about the sign-up deal. Any questions at all, contact me at crazystampinglady@gmail.com. And then just a note, I will not be here on Friday. Friday is when I'm going up to the Nashville area for my appointment with my new doctor, my naturopath. I am hoping to get some answers to some of the things going on with me, and I appreciate any of your prayers for this appointment, that it'll go well and she will be knowledgeable and can help. My daughter and granddaughter already see her, and they are very happy with her, and they're going with me. So then we're going to spend the rest of the day together just hanging out and having dinner or whatever together. So it's going to be a fun day, but I won't be back. I have class on Saturday, church on Sunday. I probably most likely will not be back here until next week on Tuesday again. You may see me pop on. You never know. Sometimes I surprise. But I will be back here next Tuesday for sure. Until then, guys, have an awesome weekend. I know it seems so early, but if I don't see you, that's when it's going to be. I will see you next week, and I am so appreciative of you all. Take care. Bye-bye.